Knowing you, I'm surprised you ain't flying somewhere.
No.
I'm like, Chris, gone again.
I'm doing March, man. I'm doing.
Where you going?
Houston.
Houston? Man, I want to go.
Let's get it.
Man, I got to work, dog.
Oh, hell no. You ain't got to work.
No. What happened? I took a contract in Detroit. I'm booked through April. They paying the hell out of me.
Oh,
So I was
yeah.
like, I had to take it.
I got you.
It was like I had to take it to the bank.
Ready?
What's their WG?
Right.
I always think about that back door.
1. You ready?
Yeah.
We're on. Yay.
Oh, God.
Hi,
go.
guys. We're going to be talking today about financing, buying the block, crowdfunding. Some of you guys have concerns about gentrification, the rent
Heavy
being
topic.
high. That is a heavy topic. It's a very heavy topic. So we got Ron here.
How you guys doing?
Introduce yourself.
The whole introduction?
Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Ron Call. I'm a real estate investor, originally from Detroit. Recently got down here to Toledo about 3 years ago, and been linking up with some amazing people, and just been buying properties and helping other investors learn the game and advance themselves too. So that's kind of my story.
Your background in finance.
Oh, background in finance, I completely forgot. I had a mortgage company for a few years. I forgot why I was here, you know.
Besides the investing part.
Besides the investing part, I had a mortgage company for about 3-4 years up in Detroit back in 2009. I originally worked at Quicken Loans, and that's where I learned. I cut my teeth at Quicken. So I learned everything about underwriting, everything about qualifications, and especially my favorite, denying loans. So I've been through it all. So.
Denying.
Yeah, meaning like not passing qualifications. So I know all the process of what you need to do to fix it. So I've already been through. Me and Chris have both experienced it multiple times.
Exactly.
Like I'll go to the bank and be like, "Oh, what are they gonna tell me today?"
I want to see a W-2.
I want to see a W-2, 2 years. So that's what we kind of do.
Most definitely.
I got it. Okay. So what would you say to your first-time home buyer?
First time home buyer, I first they get pre-qualified. Find you, and I wouldn't even say go straight to a bank. 2 places I always recommend going to is a local small credit union. They're going to be so much more relaxed on the underwriting. They're going to hook you up a lot better. And then secondarily, go to a mortgage broker. Like try to find, like there's one off of Monroe, like I'm not sure what the heck it's called, maybe Midwest Mortgage, but they're really, really good because they can offer you like FHA financing, and that's like the king of financing. Like
3%, you can't beat it.
you can't beat 3% like Chris said.
3%, you can't beat FHA like that.
No, sir, you cannot
Most
beat
dead.
it. And if you real slick, you go get a 3% FHA and get you a 4-unit, live in one of them, and now you getting some passive income. And I'm gonna leave that to Chris though. I'm gonna focus on the mortgages.
Well, quads aren't very common in
No, they're
Toledo.
not.
They're not. It's hard to
very common
find
in
them.
Toledo.
I gave up looking sometimes.
They're not. Dude, and everybody's been like, every investor
Snatches
whether
them up.
local or not, they want duplexes.
I'm working with one guy, man. I've been working with this dude for 6 months on one quad.
Wow.
But we almost to the finish line.
That's how
with
it
We
works.
Almost
Just
with the
stay
finish
with
line.
it. Yeah.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute. Because I have a quad. Is it my quad?
Is it on Detroit?
No.
Yeah, all right.
I have one. Okay.
might
So
have to come
I
get
was
that.
like, wait a minute.
Oh, look,
So-
you're getting red around the collar. Like, is that my property?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's okay. That one I actually rode my bike to like a million times to show it. That's right outside of Old West
I've been
End.
chasing this guy for like 6-7 months.
That's how it works.
And he ready, like, oh, did you just put a new rail? I'm like, keep on putting little upgrades in it.
Yep.
And
Well,
I'm
unless
keep
I
the
got
price the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Okay. So how important is credit? Because everybody they ask about credit. We
Credit-
talked about it the last couple of times.
Yeah, credit is extremely important for underwriting. If you're trying to get a mortgage or trying to get a car, like you need to get into credit repair. One of our really good friends down here, Jason White, has an amazing credit repair program. Like, tap in with him ASAP, because credit repair is not like something you can do in one day. Like, I did credit repair because I had lost my mortgage company back in 2009, and I had to truck drive to put my life back together. So literally, my credit was beat. I was literally buying hot and ready's on a debit card and my Discover card. It was rough. It was a rough time. So I literally plugged myself into credit repair, And it took me about a year, and it cleaned up all my credit. So
That's about the longest. Longest. Depending on where you're at, a month to a year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And even if you don't know about some credit, don't be scared to put like $200 down, $200, $300, or even $500 down for a secure credit card.
Yep.
You can pay your own way in the door.
Lines.
And don't worry, people, it's not money you can lose. Credit is a recycling.
Yeah, revolving lines of credit.
It ain't like cash where you spend that 20 and then it's gone.
So
What'd
when
you
pay
get?
it
2
back,
shots. Trump.
Exactly.
When you pay it back, you go back to the card and you ready to use it again.
Exactly.
So most definitely though.
Okay. So what else? Oh, so in the world of like financing and mortgages, so you guys all know like rent is like stupid high in Toledo.
Yes.
And part of that is because Toledoans would rather rent. You guys would
Supply
rather
and demand.
rent
It makes sense.
than buy a house. And a lot of the thing that's in the way is the credit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So over the last like couple weeks, I've gotten reached out to, by some friends and stuff like that. They want assistance in that. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. But there's like a little game plan. Definitely reach out to Jason White. But there's some stuff you can do at home. Map out your expenses. What goes out every month? What's your rent? What's your car? What's your insurance? What's your phone bill? What do the kids eat all day? Like just basic stuff. That way you can see what's going out. And you got to get real with it. As a human being, you're going to have all these feelings about confronting your money.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, my first time, I was low key nervous to even pull my own bankroll. I'm like, I do not want to see the stupid stuff I might be spending money on.
Yeah, it's very
But you gotta do it though. You know what I mean?
It's very confronting. It's
open your eyes up
confronting.
like, hold on now.
Yep.
I'm about to quit making 3-4 BP stops in the morning. Like I could just make some coffee at home.
Fact.
Oh, I have somebody. I won't name names, but it's easy for him to hit Speedway, get a Red Bull, and spend $15 at Speedway before he goes out by 8 a.m. or whatever.
Man,
and you guys are cashing in on them Speedway points, man. Like doing stuff like that. But anyway,
I steal my wife's. I probably got like 30,000 points. Every now and then I get a free hot dog. Take it off the points.
so like you really want to watch like where you're like spending that money. Can you hold out, on buying that new purse, the Gucci belt, all these things, that we like, these like designer things, like it can wait. I want you to talk about investing, Chris, because I got reached out to by a few people interested in wholesaling.
Okay.
It seems to me a lot of like the Black community, like you guys are really waking up to real estate, educating yourselves. You guys are like, I have a gentleman who is really working on seeing like before his grandma passes away about like what's going on with the house, like how can he take over the house and be responsible for it for now while she's still alive. That way he's not dealing with it after she passes away. And just really educating. And I think our whole generation is actually like that right now. We don't want to be where our parents were,
Right, most definitely. I mean, so with investing though, the main thing you want to think about is assets though. So a lot of people, they get things passed down from a grandma or a granddad, and they really don't know what to do with it or, how to even handle the situation I don't know if I need to I don't know about leases. I don't know about paperwork. I don't know if what's the numbers for what I can sell it for. A lot of people, sometimes they get that asset put on them and they just like, I just want the money and I just want to sell it.
Oh, gosh.
But before y'all do that, folks, please do some due diligence though first. Please, reach out to your contractors or reach out to contractors, even people who know subcontractors that can get up in there and possibly look at what you may need to get the house fixed for and put it back in ARV. Because the main thing is...
What's ARV?
The ARV is after repair value. So after repair value. So if you can create a stream of residual income, and this is meaning this house is bringing me $600-700 per month. It's almost like hitting the lotto. Is you gonna take the lump sum right now, spend it, don't got no plan or idea with it, or can you just bring in $600-700, monthly on the property?
Marathon versus sprint.
Marathon versus sprint being the perfect example. So when you first starting out in investing, you want to look to see if this thing can be, an asset versus a
Like, is it
liability to
salvageable?
yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, like, is it salvageable though? Because I get a lot of calls from people, their grandma or somebody may have left a property behind in their name, and they just don't know what to do with it. How do I go about it? So I mean, and if you can always build up that portfolio, take that first house, and you can always refinance on it. You ain't gotta let it go. You can be getting a renter and they're paying $600-700 a month, while that's paying off the refinance to get you the next amount of money that you need to go buy another house and create another stream of residual income. Correct. And it's a snowball effect with it though. So as far as like younger investors, reach out to a lot of wholesalers like myself. You got Ron, you got Ashley that run across a lot of different investment properties. Yeah. Like the one we was just speaking about on Delaware. A lot of people.
Did you sell it yet?
It's almost at closing though. It's almost at closing though. Yeah. One of my guys yesterday just called me yesterday and was like, I want to go through there and I want to buy it. I want to buy it today, and I'm like, let's put a little bit of brakes on it. Let's go
slow down.
Let's go through, put a tour. Let's get a tour in there. Let me let you know what you're getting yourself into.
It's a big boy.
And then we'll go. Yeah.
That's nice though. He was ready to be like, yes.
He was ready to go like right now though. You know what I mean?
To interject on Chris, you have to look out for these guys. Like that's where the integrity comes in. I've learned that from in Detroit, man. They used to sell like stuff like shell houses. Like I went through that in 2009. That's
What's a shell house?
A shell.
Nothing.
A shell house is one of my contractors. Pun to know about this shell house. He's from Detroit too. Literally, you have a property where they've taken the furnace, the hot water tank, the pipes, everything out of the property, and then they'll still go get a fake appraisal and pop that sucker on the market and flip that junk.
That's awful.
I've been there, experienced it, and I'm like, and then I get labeled with this mess when I'm actually fixing my houses and they won't give me any money. So they just shut the whole Detroit market down in 2009.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot.
It was ruthless.
There was money to be made in 2009.
Yeah, I was there.
The market was flooded.
I was there, but it was hard to get financing. It was challenging, very hard.
It was. Though.
We got Jason.
We got the man of the hour.
Big J.
Monroe was like blacked off over there by Olive Garden. There was a car that was flipped.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Upside down on the side too. I seen that.
Yeah, I did too.
Hope he didn't spill his coffee.
So, we were talking about investing.
Go ahead, Michael.
Went awfully close to you, man.
Oh, that's real close.
It is super nice. What would you guys say to? Because speaking of Detroit, like Detroit's like, coming around, and Toledo's kind of mirroring it in a way. And one of the complaints that I have, from a friend, I have a lot of friends that live in Detroit, born and raised. Go Lions, go Tigers.
Facts.
And what would you say about gentrification? How can you offset it? How do you get?
I think that, and this might be a contrarian way to look at it, you got to look at it like a blessing in disguise, because some of these areas, you're not going to get the value until some big money comes through and boosts the area. You need a ProMedica to come through and boost the area, because what'll happen is you get guys like me, Jason, and Chris. We go over there on the east side. I like the east side, great people, but I can't go put 30 grand into a house that's worth 20.
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
The numbers don't make sense. We'll talk about numbers. We're going to break that down for you guys.
You gotta jump ahead, but
then when they come by with things like retro parks, when they just build a retro park, or in one of the properties I own, they getting ready to. I'm hearing rumors that the Weilers might be going down, so that's going to raise the value up.
You need it.
I heard that from somebody who actually lives there. I heard it from a few different people.
That's great news.
It is great news. You about to get another W.
So that my concern with that is everybody there is going to need a house, somewhere to live.
Yeah.
I know. Unfortunately, they're going to put people out and they're going to flip.
They'll find somewhere for them though. Just like it was a few years back with the Alberta Browns. They remodeled the whole thing, made everybody move to another location. I mean, so it's almost like a stock. You want to get it in before the value come. Yeah. Because if you try to start buying it after the value already there,
you're done.
You're done. Well, that's why. So that's why a lot of investors come to Toledo, because they can buy low and collect high rent And then the market right now, some of them can sell kind of high depending on where they're at.
Yeah.
So
Especially a lot of out of town investors
this
too.
little
Yes,
diamond
sir.
in the rough of real estate that Toledo has had, you
Yeah.
know, everybody's known about it for the last 5 years or so now. You know,
Exactly
like,
though. That's why
you
we
know,
keep
even
getting
when
more
our-
and more people.
Go ahead, Jason.
Even when our prices are high to them, it's not,
Still low.
Yeah, it's
to a
still
Cali
low.
guy, one of my Cali guys is like that. He's
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
60, snatch. I'm
Yeah.
like,
They,
I'm not
it's
paying
nothing
60.
for them to buy it
Yeah.
up
Big
because
difference.
they're
It's a
used
huge
to
difference.
$250,000 houses for
Exactly.
a 3-bedroom, 1 bath
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
with
Yeah.
no yard. Like
no yard.
that's
Yep.
One story.
yeah, right,
Yep.
right.
A lot of my Cali
How
guys
much did
are
you
like
get out of
that.
this 2-1? 600
Yeah.
square feet, 150,000. Dang, like
You gotta steal.
And then our rent's so high too.
I know it's a blessing.
Yeah.
Not a blessing from that.
It-
Cirque. I'm sorry.
so-
I'm an investor. I'm
I
sorry.
have, so
I'm sorry.
as
It's not
an,
a-
so
I take it back.
this is something
This is a
like I
hard
was telling the
time.
guys like yesterday. I didn't want to be a real estate agent yesterday because in dealing with investors, like you guys collect the money and it's fine. And if you're taking care of the properties,
Absolutely.
respect for you. But it's the ones that come in
Slumlords.
that yes, they want their $800 a month and they won't fix up the property and
That's
they won't put the
unethical.
money into it or whatever. And then you got these tenants that keep paying and they don't want to not pay because they don't want to lose on a place to live.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about escrow. You can put your money in escrow downtown and you just file it, and then that money goes there. And it's essentially taking away the prize to that landlord, and they have to fix it up in order to collect that back rent.
Yeah.
So if they were paying an escrow for like 3 months, that's $2,400. To get that $2,400, they have to make the repairs on the house.
Yeah.
So-
And even with escrow too, what they'll do is they'll call the landlord and the tenant and they'll do what they call as a mediation.
Exactly.
So they'll put both of y'all on the phone and be like, hey, how can we solve this? They want
Exactly.
their money. You want your money, they want their property
Mm-hmm.
fixed. What can we do? Let's check mark off the list and get both of y'all back on the same playing fields.
Perfect.
Cordially. Like, I mean, because it's almost like you need a bigger voice though sometimes as a
Absolutely.
renter though. And I do see a lot of, so to speak, like slumlords take advantage of somebody who's paying this rent on time.
That's how the
Every
East Side
month,
crashed
on
and
time,
burned
no, yeah.
like 20 years ago.
Most
Was
definitely,
that?
yeah. So I mean, a lot like Ashley said, a lot of them just bought the house $20,000-$30,000. I probably never see who you are. Really don't
care.
care.
I
Like,
know.
That's
what's your
just the
complaints
honesty
about?
of
Though,
it.
as long as I
Yeah.
keep on getting the check over here in sunny California, I'm probably on the
Exactly.
beach
Yeah.
while you roof leaking. I mean, so
It's wrong though.
Where do you guys
Exactly.
see like the city shifting and moving to? Like we were just speaking on like the east side's kind of the pocket that I've been
It
searching
is.
for
I
lately.
agree.
Where
East, man, and
you steer
opposite.
clear.
Yeah, the east and the north. It's like they're attacking the two other sides that everybody been looking down on. So
Yeah.
east side parks and everything going up. North side a couple years ago, parks and things been going up. So I'm just starting to see a lot of it shift towards from downtown and coming over.
It's coming
from the
out.
yeah, and it's
Absolutely.
and
Coming
it's
out.
coming all the way out. Like Jason just posted that retro park that was
Oh,
right
Glass
there
City.
over on the east side. Like they got brand new buildings and everything, and they making a view a whole different view though.
Whole
Like it's
different.
Facts.
it's a whole different area now. So I mean, like the jewel is really to. Don't think about it like, oh, it's the east side, and I really
Oh,
don't like.
y'all gotta
the
get off
east
of
side.
that. Y'all gotta
Like,
get off
I
of
agree.
that. I'm
Like,
so tired
look,
of hearing that.
let me tell y'all this: quit being emotional about your properties that you're buying. Y'all putting too much emotion
Do the
in
numbers
these things,
work or
though.
not?
Do the numbers work or not, man?
only
I
true.
get so many people like, it's not really big enough. Like, I wouldn't put my queen bed. You might not, but it
A
might be
twin
a
will
family
fit.
with a twin. A twin bunk bed will fit up in there perfectly fine. You know what I mean? So, I mean, what I would say too, man, quit going into it like a lot of like beginner investors, they go into it and they try to envision it like they're going to be living
gonna
there.
be there.
You're not going to be the one living there. So don't always look at it like, I in particularly do not like this house. My investor shot me a couple properties. I get there like, this little TP, man, come on now. You know what I
Exactly,
mean?
exactly.
But it go for 60, 75.
Oh, if it go for 60,
It's
70, I'll show up.
perfect.
Yeah.
It's
Totally
perfect for somebody like a single person. You get single people that
Yeah.
like a little house like that.
Right.
I'll show
yeah.
up for 70.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but man, most definitely keep your emotions out and keep the numbers up front, man. The numbers do not lie.
No.
Don't lie. Jay-Z voice. Numbers don't lie.
Transparency.
I've been seeing a lot of stuff. The Manhattan Stickney area.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've been
absolutely.
buying back over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen it over there. I've been looking at that, too.
Yeah, they starting to bring some of those old North houses that's like big mansion styles.
I know.
$40,000-$50,000.
Pricey
Man, I had a house on Marbury like years ago when I was like 18, 19. We was paying like $750 like a month for rent over there. And this was like a 4-bedroom. We had like 2 living rooms, a basement,
Wow.
a huge eat-in kitchen and everything.
Wow.
But we were just paying so cheap for it because it was on
In that area.
Marbury.
That area.
You know what I'm saying? In that
Yeah,
area,
that
though.
pocket.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they coming back around though. They building the gas stations. Woolworth just came up.
I know.
They built brand new schools over there.
I know.
Come on, people, it's coming. New parks,
Yeah. I
new
know.
schools.
Yeah.
That's why I want to
What's
talk
that
about
telling you?
gentrification and buying the black.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
We about to buy back the block. Let's go ahead.
That's why I want to
Tell
talk
'em.
about it. Because, so,
Let's talk a little about that article.
oh, yeah. You want me
Hey.
to put it out there? Okay.
Let's go.
So, all right. I want to touch on what Jason said in the world of east side, north side. So, everything around Front and Main, man, saw a white couple. I know I'm white. Walking a golden retriever. And I thought that was like the weirdest thing because it looked like it belonged in Ottawa Hills and not over by the McDonald's and Wendy's there where I grew up. You know what I mean? And then Summit in LaGrange down to Greenbelt Parkway, the Vistula district, they are really redoing that. So if you are a local person and you want to start like investing, those areas, definitely. You could turn them into Airbnbs. They're right close to downtown. It's a $7 Uber ride, for the
Right.
people staying in the property. Woodward High School. There's, we did an event, me and a few friends, a while ago, like over there, did Thanksgiving dinner over there, had Foster's Barbershop over there, cutting the kids' hair for free. Shout out to Foster's. And, like you could go down the street, go down Central Avenue, and there is like vacant. This needs tore down.
Yeah.
And so what's happening is, if you guys are in this area, you guys are born and raised, born and bred, you're Scott High School, you're Woodward High School, and you live in these areas, start inquiring with the neighbors about these vacant houses. Start, if you want any information on them, hit any of us up. We can get it for you.
Most definitely.
Because it's starting to change. It's starting to come up. You don't want somebody to come into your block
Yeah.
when you live there. You know what I mean?
And I already had an experience one time too where I was like, oh, I wish I had someone on the east side. Because what had happened was a construction guy called me and was like, look, we working on the BP refinery. We're going to be in Toledo for about 2 months. He said, do you have something where 3-4 of my workers will pay a premium
Yep.
and we'll take care of your house.
Yep.
And they wanted to pay like 2-3 times more the rent amount
Yeah.
that it was, but they wanted to stay real close to their job site.
Yep.
But I was just like, oh my goodness, like I don't have a 3-4 bedroom on the east side.
I
But
got
if I
a
would've,
4-2. I got
I
a
know.
4-2.
If I would've,
Yeah.
we would have been
4-2.
bringing in a smooth 1,700. And you gotta think these BP workers,
When they're
or
getting per diem paid
contractors.
too.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
again, whatever, $100 a day or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, it's like,
Okay.
we'll do it, and you might leave with some upgrades.
Facts.
So the article that Chris is referring to that I found, it's dated from a couple years ago, but this is for you guys in the black community. If you're in that mile,
It's
I'm gonna
current.
cry. If you're in that mile radius of downtown, it's only a matter of time before the neighborhoods flip and people that look like me come in. And so if you want to preserve your area, preserve your culture, you guys need to start looking into commercial buildings, start buying your block.
Yeah.
There is websites for crowdfunding. You guys can go down to Toledo Urban. I need to go down there and talk to her and see if there's something we can set up there for you guys. But it's going to be a team effort. Calling
Team
everybody,
effort, man.
team effort.
All
Get
you-
us. You need your plumbers, your roofers, your contractors, your foundation people. Everybody that you can think of. Like if you guys want to start having a say, I don't want to hear it should have been ours.
Right. All you D-boys, keep it 100. It's a lot of y'all D-boys showing 10, 20, 30
Yes,
grand.
please stop.
That's two
Like,
houses,
come on now.
two buildings
That's
right
houses.
now.
That's
like
houses
them.
in Toledo.
That's 2, 3 cribs, and if something happened to you, guess who's still collecting rent?
Girl.
Yeah. Like, you can make a call to your girl, like, hey, go pick that up.
You can have
true, man.
somebody in the family, that's good at record keeping.
Mm-hmm.
My mom used to do the books for my grandpa.
Yeah.
My dad's dad was in real estate. He was also worked at Chrysler, but he was in real estate. And my mom would do the books for him. You got somebody trustworthy,
Yeah.
obviously. But it flips. It flips.
It flips.
And it's only a matter of time. Like Toledo, we're in that sweet spot now where everything's low.
Yeah.
5-10 years from now.
Yeah.
And that's the other side of it too. You guys keep saying like, I don't want to buy over there. That's the north side. That's blah 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 blah. Do you think it's really going to be like that 3, 4, 5 years from now?
Oh, absolutely not.
It's not. It's not.
Look
You
at
guys
Door
have to
Street.
stop. Get out of the past.
What the heck?
Door Street just built a brand new police station over there.
Exactly.
Next to that was this huge. I felt like they making like Door Street kind of like how BG is. Like we want the whole strip to just be like a whole
So
college
from downtown
Yep,
strip
that's true.
to
over
Burns.
there.
True. That's
And if you can buy in that UT area, go kill it. I already
There's a
know
lot of
it's
people
people paying
over
$600
there.
per room.
Per
in a house
room.
per room
It was
to
like
have
$300-$400.
They getting their whole school checks and like here you go, Mr. Ron.
Wow.
Whole
That's
school
crazy.
check for the year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, come
Hi,
on now.
Kara.
I tap in,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Jason and I come get them all.
That's what we were looking at some over yesterday on Turner.
Okay.
And he was talking about trying to put 8 bedrooms in, which I was like, that's genius, and that's his specialty.
Oh, yeah, Airbnb
That's
got
what
like
he's
that.
doing. Yeah, he
Airbnb
kills it
and
with it.
UT
Killing
students.
it.
Heck yeah, man. Some of these people coming from, out of state, out of town, coming to UT. Some of them don't want to stay in a little dorm or whatnot.
they wanna
Because
be-
You
really,
want
why
that
would
half
you
mile around
why-
UT.
Like
Facts.
because the dorms
they
probably
can ride their
whacking more
bike.
than the houses is anyways.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
paying
yeah.
$800, $900 a month for just a bunk bed and a basically a little prison cell when it could be 2, 3 of your buddies and just y'all living in a nice big house and we got more we got more room. You ain't got to leave to go do the laundry. Everything right here in the house. So keep that in
Facts,
mind,
facts,
man.
facts,
Keep that in
facts.
mind. No, UT area, and further back, that's lighting up, is on fire.
Well,
They
it's really you're going to
constantly
take it from downtown all the way down Door, past Holland, Savannah to where they're putting in the expressway.
building. Yeah.
Like that expressway is going to open up that whole area. So you're going to just have it come from both sides and UT's in the middle.
Yeah, right in the
So,
middle.
and that area, like, I used to work at Oasis there 7 years ago.
Right.
There was a part, we didn't go past Parkside after 9 or 10 o'clock at night. Okay.
Right.
That's the area you guys want to buy in. Like,
Now-
around UT.
Now I
Like,
get off the highway, coming towards downtown, and we running into lofts now.
Yeah.
Like it used to be, I got to go around the Vistula or around the Berta Browns. Now you're pulling up to these lofts,
Yep.
these newer looking things, and it's a lot of construction going on in the downtown area, and they killing it, man. They bringing out them pockets.
Yes, sir.
'Cause
there's
they already know.
$300,000 condos, $250,000 condos being put in downtown. You think that money's not going to make its way
Man,
out?
what about the one they just built over the bridge though? Over the when you leaving downtown and you going over to the east, right over there
Marina
by the
Lofts.
docks.
The Marina Lofts.
Yeah, I was
Marina
looking to
Lofts,
move in there.
okay.
It's like $1,500 or $1,600 to live there. Like,
Is everything
What do you
included,
see?
like internet and all that too?
I don't know. I don't
No,
remember
I was
that.
gonna say if it's all not all included, I'm not interested.
Probably not.
That's the other side of it
Come
too.
on,
You guys
man.
want to make it easy for your tenants. You guys should do like heat, water, and like internet in it.
I'll be racking up those bills though. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, me and Jason, we were all like that idea.
About $1. But I
I'm
mean,
gonna go ahead
like,
and keep with just the water.
If they get it though, then you're kind of messed up on a couple different ones.
Water
versus
works
two.
for me.
I got it.
I keep
fine.
it fair with water.
I'm
I
just
hit
in
them
the
with a
world of, like,
prorate. You know,
I
what mean?
prorate too, man.
Prorate.
Me and
Making it
Chris,
easy
man.
for
We like
people.
this. Man. I don't know about all that.
Even water sometimes, man. You get the bills like, how many showers are you guys taking?
You like take one shower a week.
that 50 extra a month isn't quite covering it.
No.
Hey, I didn't
Trust
take
me,
it
they
down
get a
sometime.
bill for over 50.
Oh yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
I know a couple months ago I got a $300 water bill.
Oh,
I'm
that's a
like,
conversation.
what happened? Because I'm like, it was just $90 a month.
That's a conversation.
$110, $120 a month. I'm like, how did it get to $300?
Do you have a leak or something?
I don't know. I probably did.
Gotta
at
get
the
over
time,
and
though.
tap in.
I think I did though, because at that time I had a tenant complain about it was a leak up under the sink.
You gotta watch that.
But she had like a bucket. I'm like, it's just a couple drips, but
Oh
no,
man, you better get over there.
no, I had to get on it ASAP. After that got fixed, the bill went right back to normal.
So that was the cause.
Yeah,
That's good to know.
And to me, I'm not gonna lie, it was like a little thing. It's like, is it leaking all over your floor? She like, no, it's just dripping. And I gotta, refill the bucket like every 5-6 days. I'm like, I'm gonna get somebody over there ASAP to fix it, but it just wasn't no rush. Like,
No, I know
thinking
priority.
Like, oh,
You gotta
it's gonna raise my
prioritize.
bills. Yeah, most definitely.
Like Jason probably know you got 30 things going on at once.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what's the fire? Like,
Yeah.
put the
Yeah,
fire
exactly.
out, and I'll get to this in 2 weeks, and I'll get to this in 3. And it goes like this.
It's like a drip underneath the sink or a cracked water line under the
Yep.
house.
Right.
You gotta take.
Like
you better
that.
get on that, fam.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a priority, Christopher.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Jason, talk to him about weatherizing, because we in that season right now. Man,
That
what I
post was
just
good.
said.
Good luck.
That was a good post.
Oh man.
That was a good post.
That's one of the most important things. I don't care if you're an investor, if you live in, even if you live in the property, keep your heat up or don't block all your vents off to the
Facts.
basement. People are like, oh, I don't need to heat my basement. I don't
You
stay down there.
crazy.
That's where all your plumbing's at.
Facts.
That's the most expensive part of your house. Keep it warm.
Warm
It's
water
well
line.
worth it. Even if it's 50 degrees, that's
I'm with
fine.
you.
That's more than enough. But
Yeah.
yeah.
One of my young investors, it happened to him. He moved out some tenants, and she left. She was like, it's a water leak. He like, all right, I get to it. I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks later. We came in there and we was on a skate icing ring. We was on. It was like this thick of ice on the floor.
Don't take long.
Nope.
It was this thick of ice on the floor. He was so mad, like, oh my
No,
god.
he
I
was
should-
Well,
gonna be
son,
mad at
turn that
himself
heat on and you
because
can get a pump.
he made it
Come
up.
come
You
check
gotta
it
look
out,
at
man.
it. They're pumping hundreds of gallons of water through the lines. Like,
And it's
that's a lot
pressurized.
of water.
It's
yeah.
not going to stop.
Yeah, exactly. So make sure y'all weatherize them houses, man. Don't be scared to keep the heat on, little 60, 65.
Well
Yeah,
worth
just
the bill.
enough to keep it warm.
Yeah,
Heated
just
above
enough to
freezing.
keep the pipes and stuff warm though too. Because I know I almost made that mistake too. Like my first investment, I was like, turn everything off. I don't
Bad
want no bills
mistake there,
coming to me.
Christopher.
It's called holding costs. You know what I mean? You learn about that.
I'll turn
You
that
learn
water
about
off.
Or cut the
keep that
water
heat
off.
on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
though.
that water be off like yesterday.
Right.
Yep, that works too. Just don't have the water running through the lines and have it be cold at the same time. Cause
God bless you.
It's absolute failure lineup for that though.
yep. And then and the cleanup after it.
Oh, you going to get hit.
Then it has to thaw. Then you're dealing with mold.
Then you got molded, and I might as well just
Mold.
sell the house. It's over.
Yep.
You want this for $2,000? Here you go.
Take
Exactly it.
Take it.
Literally ice
Take
it.
my water bill. That's it.
Clean up the taxes and the water bill. That's it.
Yep. That's gonna be a hefty water bill.
Yeah.
Like everybody, like, why they laughing? Like, we've experienced this.
Yeah, I went in. I had a
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it.
contractor.
It's, it's,
I had
it's
a
not all
contract-
sweet.
No, it's not. Real estate's not. It's not. It's glamorized on HGTV, guys.
Oh, definitely.
Facts.
Yeah.
I ain't got no HTD properties. Don't worry about that. None of them like
I
that.
stopped watching those shows,
You
man.
have
Just
to.
'cause
I don't.
It pisses you off. It's
Yeah.
like, man, come on.
When I
Like,
got
I
in
put
there, I'm
$80,000
like,
in no house.
I started looking
No.
at it though. I'm like, when I really started getting real estate, I really was looking at HGTV like, y'all is fooling the hell out of these folks.
Yes.
Got these huge picture with the picture before, and they open it up like,
Look at the barn doors.
Yeah.
It's like there won't be any of those in my house.
hey, well, one thing they don't lie though that I do respect on those shows is they put the numbers in there though.
Yeah.
They be like, we had to put 10,000 in this, we had to do that, and then they gonna show the ARV, and then they gonna show how much the house actually sold for. So it is.
They show the winners and the losers. So
Yeah.
that we were negative this or we were positive this. Yeah.
And most of the time, they probably ain't gonna record if it's a negative.
Thanks, Mike.
though.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, Jason, the hard money's missing. All of a sudden, I'm like, where's the hard money at?
Yeah.
Where's the 20% down payment? Where's all this money at?
It's like some of them,
I'm like, what?
I don't know. There's just so much more that goes into it
It's
than what
so
they
much.
show.
It is.
So
There's-
It's like, oh, we purchased it at this. Yeah, but how much were your fees? and how
Exactly.
much-
They charge you 9% origination fees,
Yeah.
points up the backside.
Man, them points hurt too.
I'll pass on deals just because of the financing numbers. Like, I can't make it work. I'm like, and then my guy's like, why you didn't buy that run? I'm like, it don't make sense.
She yells at me
Yeah,
all the
right.
time for it. Why can't you buy it?
It doesn't make sense
me?
financially.
Yeah.
I know.
It makes no sense financially.
Especially if you're looking for funding too for it.
Yeah.
They'll give you the funding, but
They gonna hit you over the
that
head.
scope of work, and they getting a percentage off rip, and they getting their points.
And almost to the point like they do better than you would on the deal.
Oh, yeah.
Like
They
I'm almost
probably-
thinking about considering getting a fund.
Yeah.
Like I can help you out, buddy. Jason, you need some money?
Yeah.
Hey, we just were talking about that. We just were
Let
talking
me
about
be the
that.
let me
Great
be the
minds
private
think
money
alike,
lender.
man.
Yeah, we were just talking about
got you,
that.
Jason. You wanna
like,
do a flip?
here's 20 bucks,
Do it.
but I want 10%, so give me 22 back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like much, but you do that across the board with 10 other
Oh.
people.
You're
That's
killing
where
it.
your group
You're
financing
stacking.
can come into play too.
Yep.
To build up the neighborhood, buy the block. That's your group
Some of y'all-
financing.
Some of y'all got them rich uncles and rich aunties. Like, put a scope of work for them and show them how the money can make some
Show
money.
them how to do it.
It's called
Or-
private money lending.
Go ahead.
Even the dope boys, like what you
Oh,
were saying.
Jesus, why do you keep
Put
going
your
back to that, man?
Put your cash where it needs to be at.
Right. Honestly,
Brian
though,
doesn't hear
sure.
these conversations.
I don't. I got to keep my life clean.
The guy from Detroit, yeah.
I'm from Detroit. I've been through enough.
But it's true. You send
Yeah,
out
I mean, put your
50K.
money to work, man.
Yeah, let it work for
Money
you.
work.
Leverage it.
Exactly. And then another secret, probably Jason already know, set up a trust. Protect yourself.
Yes.
When you start playing around with money, you have to put a veil around yourself. Like this game, they will touch you. You don't want to be touched.
Yep.
Trust me.
Multiple entities, like
You have to. I
LLCs.
got entities on entities on entities. Like you ain't coming to find me.
Yeah, you want that's like corporate America kind of in a way. You're kind of like, oh, they did this and this, and they hit it over here. You can
But
do
the
that
thing
too.
is, you can't. Even if you take them to court, you can't touch them.
Yeah,
that's
that's the
the
thing.
secret. Like we
That's
can
the
go to
thing.
court, but you ain't touching me.
Yeah, that's how they get away with not paying taxes on
Ding, ding, ding.
stuff and all kinds of stuff. You just
Yeah.
gotta educate yourself.
Or Chris-
you
Chris
can
can
play with the big
attest.
boys too. Like
Yeah, exactly.
seriously, you just gotta read.
Got it.
Chris can
Have
attest to
somebody
this.
that
Like a lot of
knows.
times, like they'll make more money than the fees and the legal fees that they charge them. So I'm like, it's like a come up. I'm like, I make 50 million. Your restitution is 7 million. I'm like, yes. Like, what?
Exactly.
Yep.
It's most definitely money to be
Fair
made,
trade-off.
man.
It's a very fair trade off.
Man, they do not play about that money. They gonna come get it.
Oh, yeah.
every
Oh,
which
yeah.
way though. Most definitely.
Facts.
Heck yeah.
Let's keep serving the people. Let's talk about this money over here. What else do the people need to hear?
Well, talk about crowdfunding.
Oh,
'Cause you said
okay,
to remind
yeah.
you to bring that up.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, what the crowdfunding is, basically, you get together with a pool of investors, and you guys put your money together, and you can actually, like, her goal is to build the block. I get it, buy the block, and try to renovate it, but you have to do it smartly because a lot of times I've seen it because I'm from Detroit. A lot of times people have good intentions, but when you bring money involved, things can get a little
Oh, we're
very
crazy
hairy.
about money. We're
Very
crazy as
hairy.
human beings about money.
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
crazy.
Like I constantly tell my guys, like service first, service first. I know that bands look good, service first.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you don't want to put somebody in a compromised position for some money. So that's why I say, like with her, like get a centralized location and go talk to the credit union. Like, hey, can you help us crowdfund this money? And we're gonna try to do a couple properties. Will you refinance them out afterwards? And that's a great strategy.
And have it lined up before.
Bing,
you
ding,
dive
ding.
in and put all
Exactly.
your money in.
Get that agreement first, because a lot of times I've seen guys they'll put all their money to a property. I'm like, you're not gonna get no value for it, dog. You're done.
Yeah.
Like you're buried. Your
Dead in the
your money
water.
is landlocked. That's
Dead
what I
in
always
the
say.
water.
Like when I was
Right.
in Detroit, I had like 200 houses. I'm like, I'm landlocked. It don't matter. Nobody's
Yeah.
gonna finance them.
Right.
What does it matter how many houses you got? Like they're literally eating you alive with taxes, eating you alive with water bills. It's like you're bleeding to death.
Yep.
Yeah.
But everybody's
Can't do anything
you
about it.
can't do nothing about it. So that's what I've learned. It's like, why you didn't buy those 10 houses, Ron? I'm like, because I don't want them bills.
Yep.
Hopefully that's some
Yeah.
insight.
And I was just talking to a Detroit, a woman from Detroit too, and she was telling me like it's a way easier process to like buy houses. Like you can get like I think she was talking about like the land bank houses.
Yeah, the land bank
Something you
system.
could
Yeah, I
just-
know.
Detroit's a little different.
Detroit
Yeah.
wants you to buy it. I'm not gonna say anything. Somebody
Yeah.
might not want you to buy it. I'm just gonna say that. Literally,
Detroit's
like,
in a lot more of a
Toledo-
desperate situation.
they're in a
than
way
Toledo.
more desperate situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
There's a lot more money coming into the neighborhoods in Toledo.
Right.
Detroit, the neighborhoods are not.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
the money,
there's
the money running out of there.
Toledo's
Exactly.
been
Yeah.
select-
And she looking at relocating up here. though.
She should. Tell her to call me.
Yeah.
I got a job for her.
Well, like the population difference in Detroit,
Huge
it used to be
difference.
whatever, say, I don't know offhand, but 3 million. Now it's down to like a million. If
I
that.
know.
Everybody's
I know.
There's a
It's
lot
like
more
600,000.
empty houses. Is it? It's man, that's
It's
crazy.
terrible. Like so, it's like for every block, you'd have 2 people living for every 7 or 8 houses.
That's nuts.
Wow.
That's
It's
nuts.
ridiculous.
Tinsley, Duane, do you hear this?
I don't even know who this is, but yeah, listen.
they're some of my Detroit people.
Oh yeah, I love Detroit, man. It made me who I am. Like I wouldn't trade it for the world. But when you're investing, you have to be wise.
Yeah.
Because
Just do your due diligence.
when them curves come, they coming.
Yeah. You want to pay attention to like age of the house because some of those
Absolutely.
houses in those areas are
With the lead paint and all that stuff.
older. So yeah, lead-based paint is getting cracked down. If you're a landlord, man, they want you to.
They're cracking down hard. In
They're
Toledo
cracking
with it.
down.
I
hard
know.
on it.
I've experienced it. I've already been to that.
Abate it. Abate it is the word. They want you to abate it. So I have a guy who one of the duplex in the south end that I sold tested
should've
positive
been
for
mine.
lead-based paint. Your person slacked on it, so I sold it. And
Gotta be quicker than that.
you gotta be quicker.
Gotta be quicker.
So anyway,
It's all love.
so he got a quote that it was gonna be like $16,000 or whatever to like get this property back up and go in the upper unit. And he's an out of town investor, came from Colorado. He goes, I'm just gonna send my people to school. I'm gonna pay that $500 and I'm just gonna have them be certified and abate it themselves. I said, smart.
That ain't
Very
bad.
wise. Very
That's a wise
wise.
Smart.
decision.
Very wise.
So
Very wise. I know an investor that did that for a couple of let me see, like immigrants, I guess you could say, so to speak.
Oh,
that was working for us, and
They work hard.
They was
I always
coming
get asked
in.
if I have
They was coming in,
those
stopping
people.
a permit, like permit,
Oh,
you need
man.
this. We sent all of them to go. We paid for everything to go get what they needed, so they keep on working on the house.
Yep,
though.
it's true. It's
But it was like,
Genius.
you stand on our team.
Yeah, it's facts.
We ain't about to let you go roam out.
I'm
and-
all about like
stand in.
I'm gonna just
Yeah.
throw this out there right now. If you were interested in doing lead abatement and you wanted to make that your job, man, I'll throw some money on your school. I have no problem with that. You want to be a plumber? You want to be an electrician? Roofer? We need those people. I will
Absolutely.
But I'm
help you
on
go
top
through
of the
it.
list though when those jobs come up.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes, for sure.
Exactly.
That's yes, sharing is caring.
Most
Big
definitely.
time.
So I had a young guy, man, I had met with yesterday, and his issue was, finding the right kind of contractors or just
it's tough.
contractors, period.
Oh, yeah.
Because my boy, man,
Some
he
of
ended
them
up,
aren't honest.
He ended up getting ripped, man. Like
Ripped.
he
That's how
the
ended
game
up-
go.
It was a $20,000 project. He gave the guy the $10,000 down
big
to start, and turned out the guy had he had put it in the money went to was another female that he had basically on an underwrite type of mode. So when he didn't pretty much like finish his project or whatnot, and he was coming to attack that guy, it was like, we don't know what you're talking about because your money was to this woman and she's not connected to him, and right now he burnt out of like 10,000.
Sorry to hear
So what would be some of your advice to make sure you getting the right type of contractors or lining it up?
Don't just choose one person.
Most
Make them
definitely,
bid on the
though, yeah.
job.
Yeah, but just the CYA.
Cover
Do you
your
want to
ass.
answer this or you want me? Because you know I know this.
Jason, I would-
Jason can go. It's up
Both
to
of
you.
What I do now, because I've been burned.
Everybody been
Yeah. Is I have a contract that my contractors have to sign. And then I base pay off of as they progress.
phases.
Yeah.
I do phase work now
Yep.
too.
Because I did that too. Half down.
Oh, you're done.
Never saw them again.
Yeah.
And then
I've done
that
it
could
too.
even happen with a good contractor. Like, and then like, you don't care about your name. They're like, no, I don't. I'm gonna take this 10 bands.
Yeah. When things happen too. Things happen that
It does.
Like they
It
may
does.
possibly just get sick or hurt or whatever.
Facts.
I've had
But
that
you can't
happen.
risk that.
I've had somebody
Yeah,
die
exactly.
before.
Yeah.
Anything could happen. You don't
And
get your
it's-
10 grand in.
And this
No,
guy went to
no.
court and everything, and the court was like on the
Oh,
contract
it's
side,
over.
like with COVID and everything. You
Good
know
luck.
what was his mistake? You
Good
need
luck.
to get an end date established in your contract. Though.
Yes.
because that was his thing. When they went to court, the judge was like, "Well, we don't have a finish date here, so
Yep.
it's only been 6 months. You still don't have a finish date."
Yeah.
They don't
And he
care
like-
legally.
Technically,
Like,
he's
it
still
should have
working.
been
Technically,
yeah.
technically, he's still working.
Right. So I mean, make sure you get that date locked in.
Always
Like,
do that.
I need you to be finished by this time because now it falls back on the contractor. And if you do got a situation to where you going to court,
Facts.
it's gonna be like, well, the judge gonna look like, you said March. It's April now.
Yep.
So
you late.
true.
You
So
know what
true.
I mean?
So true.
So make sure y'all get that date established though on the end day because
So true.
man, I was just like that small one date got
Oh,
him
man, you always get good
working, the whole year and His house is over there sitting on studs. Right
And
now.
to add to that, I heard of people that if they do surpass that date, you can almost punish them by saying, well, you've now cost me this amount on my
You can
fees.
back charge them.
Yes, this amount on my taxes, this, whatever the case may be, my bills, water bill, electric, all that.
I could have had
So
a
that's
runner in
something
here
too.
for this
Yeah.
month. and
I didn't
here's
think that. I never
14
thought
days
about that.
probation.
Like, I just thought that you just be ass out almost.
Yeah.
You can actually backtrack that, huh?
Yeah.
If you're in court,
It's contract. It's contract.
you have that. I've now have losses on this because you did not agree or finish your job.
Yeah.
Guys that won that. You know guys that have won that?
I don't know if they won. But I know they went to court.
Sounds like a judgment.
But-
This show. So
But it's definitely
Nobody
something
called.
that.
nobody called.
Well, we weren't really giving information. We were just talking, so I
Yeah,
get
it's
it.
all good.
But hopefully they learn from some of our mistakes. And
Yeah.
I would say get if you got a lawyer, somebody that could drop a document for you,
yeah.
or even I don't know if you could Google something like that.
Well, yeah, that contractor game, I got that
like
mastered at this point. I'm like, hey, I'll even front the materials. You can float your own labor. Like, I done got to that point.
Just
If
do
you
it.
have crews
Just
that are
do it.
good,
Exactly.
stick with them. Just ride
Yes,
them out.
rock with them until the wheels fall off.
There's a couple of them out there in Toledo that are
excellent
they do
guys.
Really good.
Yeah.
I don't know if you.
And Ron, tell them what they need to for like beginners when they first starting doing an investment and you dumping all this money. How can they keep track of it?
Oh, I got an app for that. You know what I mean? It's this app called Landlord Studio, man. It'll make your taxes easy. It'll keep
work.
track of everything. You can take pictures of your receipts, and when it comes tax time, you ain't butt out. You got everything lined up.
Yeah.
Because what happened, I remember the first time when I didn't have it, I was like, I'll do an Excel sheet. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
That turned into it's impossible, bro. And depending on like where you are, like how many units you got, you could do what is it called? The QuickBooks.
QuickBooks?
Yeah, QuickBooks. It depends on your level. Like I ain't at that level yet, but I'm like, you can use that. But I like Landlord Studio because it's on my phone. Like a lot of times you get these softwares, these big softwares, they be on a computer, or they won't translate to your phone very well. So I've been through that process too. I'm spending all this money, and I'm like, oh, you got to go home to dock everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a
Convenience
pain.
factor. You forget by the time you get home. Or
Exactly.
you're jotting it down on like little notes
exactly. I'll be at Home Depot, but like, click, done,
in your car.
out.
Yep. I use the Home Depot Pro thing too.
Yeah,
for
that
all my
Pro thing is
material.
good.
Just
Yep.
put in whatever address it is and
Perfect.
easy.
And that's
Just print it off
that's
at the end of
very
the year.
important for your taxes, though.
Yeah, because they always want to know. It's not just how much materials. It's like which house it go to.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I've learned. I'm like, you bought a nail. Which house did the nail go to? I'll be like, oh, this property here.
And that was one of my first issues too, because I was going old school. I got a receipt folder, but I'm like, man, there
done,
gotta be
dog.
a better way.
Because they're gonna tax you to
Gotta
go
be
through
a
all
better-
that.
right? I'm like,
Yeah.
man,
Your bill will be so massive.
There's another $500 to your tax.
Exactly. Any work you make for your accountant,
exactly though.
Gary's gonna charge you.
Yep.
That's that.
Most definitely
We're
though.
done.
But is that it? Is that a wrap, or
That's a wrap. It's
you got anything else I want to let the people know?
Oh yeah, always shamelessly marketing. If you guys ever want to get any rental properties, or if you guys have any questions about like credit repair, reach out to me or Chris. We can definitely help you guys out.
Yep.
I'm always looking to partner with people. I always want to see people win and prosper in this game. And we have all the game and knowledge. We've been doing this forever. It's probably 40, 50 years of experience in this room, dude, genuinely. So
Exactly.
you got any questions, man, we're 100% here for you.
Yeah. You can reach me at Chris Keller on Facebook. Man.
Yeah, exactly. You same thing. Ron call on. You're gonna see me
Ron call
talking
on
smack
Facebook.
on here all day, so just chime in.
Jason on the book. I see most of our man platters all is like Facebook.
That's like- that's-
I'm
it's the
working
most
on going over
integrated-
to
Marketplace.
Instagram. No, yeah.
Marketplace.
Instagram's more challenging because like you can't
Insight.
channel in on your Toledo area as well.
Yeah.
I've learned that. I'm like, dang, now I'm like everywhere.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of things started happening. I'm like, oh, I want to work with you. I'm in Texas. I'm like, well, let's figure it out, I guess.
Yeah, y'all. So hit us up, man. 419 on the grind. We appreciate it, and we out.
Thank you.
Take care, guys. Great
Thank
work.
you.
You're breaking.
My
I know,
ears
man. Just
sweat.
charge me, man.
Pfizer.